Hello friends, in the last section I spoke about Git workflows, how it works and the basic commands. The exact command syntax I'll add in the description. Now in this section let's focus on the two commands which we missed in the last section, which are git merge and git reverse. So before going into the actual command, let's see some hypothetical scenarios. Let's say I have a repository and started with C1 commit, and this is master branch, then C2 commit. Now let's say there is a developer who wants to work on a specific feature. So he created his feature branch, and this is C3 commit. These commits are based on other users feature development or the mainline merge, all these things. So let's say user 1, he's working on a specific feature. So he created his own branch, feature branch, and he did some commit. Feature branch, now let's say f1, f2, f3, he committed his feature and he finished his feature after f3 commits. So then what it does is he pushes his code and it goes to master with this commit id. So whatever commit he has made, that commit goes here and then master branch works. So this is like normal scenario when everything works smoothly. Now let's consider the scenario number 2. Let's say people are working on the master C1, C2, C3 commits. Then user 1 started working on a feature and he made commit F1, F2, and meanwhile another user came and he also created his feature branch and he is working on a different feature. So let's say user 2, who is making commits like if dash 1, if dash 2, and here he is doing if dash 3. Now after if dash 2, let's say his feature is complete. So he wants to push his code into the master branch. So then what he'll do is he'll push his code. This is C4. Now master branch head is on the C4. Now after F3, user 1 also he is done with his feature. Now he will try to push his code into master. So internally Git, what it does is it maintains a link of one commit ID to another commit ID. So as the user, when he'll try to push his code, so what will happen is its head will be on C3 and now the current head is on C4. So push will reject. So it will be out of sync. So the push will fail. Then how user 1 will commit his code into the master branch, or how he will push his code into the master branch. So in this kind of scenarios, we have to consider the two commands which I mentioned before, like git reverse as well as git merge. So how this merge will work. Now next we will discuss on those two commands. So now let's discuss these two commands, git merge and git reverse. So what happens is, as I have mentioned here, so we have made in the master branch we have commits like C1, C2, C3, C4, and user is working on a feature like F1, F2, F3, and user is on current F3 branch, current feature branch, and then he wants to merge his code to master. Now if we execute this command git merge master from the current branch, which is feature branch, then what will be the structure? Now what will happen is, if I execute this command git merge master, then it will do is it will create a new commit, and these masters, whatever the change is, it will create a new commit into feature branch, and it will merge all the changes into with this commit, it will merge all the changes into the feature branch. So this is the way merge works. Now if I execute the similar command git reverse master from the feature branch, then this structure will be a little different than how it will be here. Now, as you can notice, if you apply rebase, what will happen is whatever the head was in the current branch, that head will be moved to the master branch latest commit head. So then the feature branch will be like this. So there are a couple of things to consider between when we apply reverse, when we apply merge. Those details I am coming, but the thing is like what will happen in this particular case. So let's say some commit happened between after C2, there are some commit happens in C3 and C4. Then those commits will be merged with my current feature, and then there can be merge conflict. Those conflicts we have to resolve here. And here what will happen is first C3 and C4, that head will be moved, and then on the top of C4, then whatever feature commit I did like F1, F2, F3, all these commits will be done over it. And both the cases there can be merge conflict. Those conflicts we have to resolve. So mostly in most of the production scenario, what we do is we after we apply all the commits, we solve all the we resolve all the conflicts. Then after this particular step, we finally, when the conflicts with master is resolved, then finally we push this feature code into the master. In this particular case, so this will be the structure. So based on different scenarios, we apply, some places we apply merge, some places we apply rebase. So rebase is not always recommended in the public repository, but while merge we prefer for the public repository, because public repository changes we want to put it on over our commit, and then we want to refactor the code. And when it comes to like some places we use rebase, when our tried and tested code is working on the master branch, we are adding a new feature. Probably those commits whatever has done before my feature commit, so those commits we want to apply first, and then we want to apply our new features commit, and then probably we want to test, and then we want to commit the final code into master branch. So in those cases we will be using the rebase. So that's all in this video. In the next video, I am going to talk about the internals of Git, and the things which I am sharing here is based on my understanding. So please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. And thank you for watching this video.